Hey, what's up, folks? Silent X here of Confident Gamers. Folks, this one is a special interview for our first day at PAX East 2022. I am getting a chance and the honor to sit down with the gentleman of Running with Scissors. If you don't know, Running with Scissors is just synonymous for the Postal games. I'll tell you why I'm going to need you to introduce yourself. And just go ahead and introduce yourself, let people know who you are.
Vince Desi, Chief Route Officer, founder of the company.
I'm Mike J, Chief Bidet Officer at Running with Scissors. I've been with the company 20 years, and we're still making these Postal games.
You're still making those Postal games.
Yeah.
Let me tell you why I asked you for you to really tell them our Postal 4, No Regrets, out now, dropped on the 20th.
2.5 days ago.
2.5 days ago. That was the first Postal game I've ever touched.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome.
My question is going to kind of piggyback off of that.
Yeah.
The reason why is obviously Postal has always been associated, compared, just everything with all of the see the words I'm putting in there. All of the
Say anything, man. We're good with it. We know where we live.
woo, a lot of controversy. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
Lots of controversy.
Sure.
That's one thing that turned me off from the other ones. But
Yeah.
here I am now. Confident Gamers, obviously, we are due diligence to our readers. I need to find out what in the world is going on. I'm still playing the game. I'll save. I'm not finished yet, so I'll save my.
There's plenty of game left. And there's
Yes,
plenty of work. For us to
like
do
literally,
today.
I just started. How is there Postal 4 with all this controversy? You would think that it would have gotten you'd have shied away from it.
I think it's just that it started with the original Postal, was really a game that we wanted to play ourselves. That was the motivation. The team itself, prior, I made a lot of games that was called edutainment. I
Okay.
made games for Sesame Street, for Disney, for Hanna-Barbera.
Wow. Okay.
When we were making the original Postal games, like I made Free Willy for EA Kids. I can't even remember a few others. We were taking that money and funding our own IP, which was the original Postal. So, and I know a lot of people consider the original Postal to be dark. Well, I don't know. I found it really funny setting a marching band on fire. It was freaking cool, you know? And, of course, we also talk about violence belongs in games, not on the streets.
Okay.
I mean, the world is a beautiful place.
Okay.
We should enjoy ourselves. Gaming is a form of entertainment.
Yes.
Game for fun. You know, respect everyone. Take and that kind of approach. So over the time, then we went to Postal 2. A big thing was we brought in Gary Coleman. Super young people don't know, but Gary was the #1 TV child star in history.
Yep.
Great guy, sweet guy, funny guy when you're with him personally. And people were like, holy shit, you got Gary Coleman in your game? And Gary was a pisser to be with. I mean, we hung. So Gary brought a whole nother dimension to Postal 2, but we still also had crazy stuff in there, like, you know, basically the terrorist. The game came out in 2003. So all of these different elements, if you will, that I never thought of it as controversial or continuing the controversy. I look at it as this is a reflection of society. And you have two ways to look at it. You could be deadpan, just,
Right.
How about we laugh? If I
Right,
can't,
right.
you know, we had, all due respect to the
Yes.
DP, off camera, I will simply say we're known for urinating, or I like to call it the 4 Ps. Play with passion, Postal and piss. It's just who we are. And again, this is not like we sit around in a design meeting and go, hey, what can we do?
Well, can we piss
We
somebody
really
off?
just go for it, you know?
Yeah, it's just like what we find funny, and at the end of the day, right? Like our game's controversial, right? Like, but it's more controversial because people say it's controversial. Like,
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, our game has some messed up shit that other games don't have. But that said, GTA 5 has plenty of significantly more fucked up shit.
And this exactly was going to
And we don't
piggyback
get-
off of. I'm like, what
Right.
fan? Why is there such this stigma with
There-
the
it's not.
Postal and
It's
then
not.
the
It's-
GTA 5?
It's called $500 million in
Well, but
advertising.
not just
That is
that.
true.
It's
I
the,
know,
big,
I
it's the
see.
biggest
Yeah,
piece
yeah.
of media in history, which is important. But the thing is, with us, the first Postal game was the first game where you could kill innocent people. Okay, GTA hadn't
or
come out.
suicide.
Yeah, things like that. That
Or
hadn't been
set
done.
people on
So, like,
fire.
the
Right.
first Postal game, which isn't what we're really known for, it's just the original game.
Okay.
That set the tone, and it's never left people's lexicon. Postal 2, yeah, it's controversial. Yeah, you can pee on people. Yeah, you can use cats as silencers. But
Sorry.
none of this is like required to play the game. The game
Right,
is not
right.
actually violent. Like the missions are docile nothings. It's a game about nothing. Your mission is to go get your paycheck and to cash your paycheck and to get Gary's autograph and to go pick up steaks and to return a library book. And yeah, the
buy milk.
world like screws around you, but the mission is not to kill as many people that are attacking you. You can shoot them back.
There's
you can
the
set them on
freedom of
fire.
it.
You can run away from them. You can beat the game without killing anybody. And yeah, we have gotten some credit for that, but not a lot. And it's carried through our game since, right? Like
Right.
even our new game, like yeah, there's some different stuff in Postal 4, but like we're gonna get back to GTA here. Like GTA 5 is not banned in Germany, okay?
Mm-hmm.
It's not banned from any consoles at all, and we are. We're banned in Germany. We are banned on Xbox. Like we're banned on Android App Store. Like we can't shake what people think Postal is, but GTA can get away with anything because they're a machine, right? Like
They're
GTA
also,
5
yeah.
has grossed over $7 billion. That's the largest piece of media by a lot.
Any
Right,
form
right,
of
right.
entertainment.
Any form of entertainment. That one game is bigger than all other single products ever. Bigger than any movie.
If you really look at it, also there is such a difference between when it comes to reviews and stuff. 'Cause, I checked in on them.
We know.
Critics,
We know where we're
It's
at,
okay.
man. We know where we're at.
gamers. I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
yeah.
no, sorry. Critics, players.
Yeah.
Thank
And
you.
there is the difference
course.
between.
Bro, we're
We don't pay advertising.
We don't pay for
We
advertising.
can't afford it.
Well, and not just that, right? Like I don't work at these places, but I'm sure there is standing orders. Like you can't give Postal a better score than this. Like
I've heard it.
It's
I've had reviewers contact me and say, "Look, man, I don't know how to tell you this. I feel bad, but I've had a piss at playing your game. I'm laughing my ass off, but I've been told I cannot give you higher than a 5." So
Wow.
and that's a sad thing because what do we make games for? So people can play and have fun.
Exactly.
What are the games? See, if somebody pays for a game, most people, they're working, it's hard-earned money, whatever. My God, we have an obligation. Like in terms of DLC, we're known for it, actually supporting it. We're Postal 2 in about a month or so. We have a major update that we're going to come out with for Postal 2. The game's 19 years old. Wow. Now,
and we've been updating the game for almost 20 years.
do we have to do that? Of course not. But why? There's the love the fans have given us. It begins with we're gamers, we're fans, we're developers. I mean, we're corporate. Yeah, Mike and Jay
Here we
and I,
are.
we're the corporate guys.
Here we are.
Okay. I can tell you all kinds of nasty stories when your wife leaves. I'm old school, so I know there's a lot of crazy young women around here that might go for it, but I don't go there, I mean, look, a guy just brought in here. Here's the Crotchy doll, which is famous from Postal 2. Now this is, you might have your own, I'll leave it to your imagination what is Crotchy, okay?
It looks like a banana.
Looks like a
Just
banana.
balls, man.
It's just, it's all good. Now in Postal 4, he got lonely. Come on. So we introduced Cunny. Now, Cunny, spelled with a K.
Of course. Oh, okay.
Okay. I don't know. I'm not so sure, but I have a feeling that these
They go
two,
together.
They
Go
go,
together.
there's
They're
somehow
best
they
friends.
go
They go together.
They're best friends.
And in Postal 4, there's a level that's Cunny Island. Okay.
Haven't seen it.
Now I don't know where you folks
Haven't
are from,
seen it.
but Brooklyn, Coney Island.
yeah.
We have a roller coaster in the game. This is funny. I mean, you guys are laughing. That's what it's all about. I mean,
Oh shoot.
Yeah, they talk. That's my wife, by the way.
that's McKinley, my James' wife.
I hope that gets picked up.
Oh, it will. They say a lot of good things.
But you could these are for you guys, so you can.
Oh, thank you.
You'll be able to play them and record them, and
You can play with those dolls all night long.
don't play them in front of the children under. I'd say under 10 for sure.
See,
Yeah,
the
my
good
kid
thing
not
with
that
us too is it's just us right now in our company. There's nobody going to tell us what we can or can't rate.
Beautiful.
When we put our review out.
Well, but also, like, let me remind you one thing. We're not here saying we're making a AAA 10 out of 10 game.
Right.
We know our
It's
game
not.
is not.
Well, I told you that.
Yeah.
When I
It's
first
meant
booted it
to
up,
be fun.
I was like, rough.
Oh, rough is the word.
But then, I kept on playing it.
Right.
Well,
I mean,
what
as
happened is from
Kept on
Wednesday,
playing it.
yesterday, Thursday, we had an update.
Yeah.
Today's an update. The
Okay.
next one's coming Monday.
I mean, they're in perpetuity.
Yes.
You
This
know,
game is being worked on for years.
this will just be what people don't understand is in PC development. Yes, you have to, it begins with design and all this allocation of resources, etc. But in the console world, console games undergo a QA process,
Yeah.
and there's a synergy. It plays. Period.
Yes.
When you have a PC title, maybe 10% of the PC market has a machine that's brave-worthy. I mean, it's kicking.
Right.
You got probably 20% of the PC market. They're scratching. They're
Yeah,
like
yeah.
they're hoping it.
Toasters.
Okay, so then you've got the bulk. It's kind of in the middle. So when you come out with a game on PC, some people are going to say, "Hey, it runs slow." Some people are going to say, "Man, this is better." Well, what you should be open to, or reviewers should be, in my opinion, is the reality of the marketplace. The gamers. I mean, we make this game from ourselves, our attitude. The other thing is, we don't sit. Look, we're not the Olive Garden of gaming, okay?
Right.
I'm Italian. I never ate at an Olive Garden.
We're like
I would never go
hometown
to an Olive
buffet
Garden.
or-
Olive Garden will never sponsor us, okay? So
And we want everybody to be able to play, but
it's not for everybody. It's a different sense of humor. And I always have a saying, if you play Postal any game, Postal 4 right now, you said you're new to it.
Yeah, this is my first, yes.
I guarantee, well, you could tell me, you could confirm. In the first 15 minutes, were you laughing?
I did laugh. I did chuckle. I did chuckle.
I did chuckle.
Okay, so you talk about you can play the game start to finish without hurting anything.
Yeah.
nothing. It ain't easy.
Why didn't Okay, well, why is it then that when I found out how to pee on somebody, I wanted to pee on somebody to see the reaction?
That's exactly it.
And then he couldn't stop.
Postal's a pissing simulator. It's a walking and pissing and kicking simulator.
I found a shovel.
I love that.
You wanna
That's
hit
my
somebody.
favorite. That
I want to hit somebody. Now I know. I'm like, okay, and I just kept on going.
Of course.
But I did laugh. I
That's
sure
the
enough
goal.
did laugh. I
Yeah.
mean, but I like to put myself in the category of, like I said, we classically trained. We come from old school. That this kind of stuff doesn't phase. How do you handle? Okay, cancel culture. Like, does it even phase you guys?
No.
I mean, running with scissors
I'm
still
immune.
there.
I tell people, I'm immune
Do they
to
come after
reality.
you? I mean,
Yeah, I
Come
mean,
after us all day long.
okay.
yeah, we've
okay.
for 20 years.
I
For
just-
20 years.
Listen, I just got thrown out. He was doing a panel. We were over at the convention.
I was wondering how come you
Well,
We were there,
I
I
just
mean,
got thrown
okay.
out of the show because I didn't
Wait.
have a mask on, and we got.
Yes.
Well, where is my other mask? They wanted to give me this. I said no, and I don't even.
You got like one,
I
two.
mean, look. This, and I said, and it was
It's a mess.
it was really funny. The security guy that comes over to me and he goes, "Sir, you have to leave. This is the fourth time you've been warned." I'm like, "Pal," I said, "Take it easy." I said, "My guy's up on stage."
Right.
And he goes, "No." And then there was this younger girl with him, like side by side. I was like, "What are you, the security for the security?" And I took this out and I was like, "Look, honey, like I ain't putting this on my face."
Right.
So I got up and I left.
You left.
But cancel culture? I'm ecstatic. We flew in. I didn't need a mask. I mean,
Right.
And with all due respect to everybody, I want everybody to be healthy. But that's a whole nother dimension. But we've been banned, blacklisted, lawsuits. the federal government, the post
wow, I didn't know
office, the
that.
FBI. I don't know. Now there's a war. I mean, we have people in Russia and Ukraine that
Right.
work with us.
Okay.
I mean, this is a horrible
Situation.
horrible,
Yes, yes.
You know, because the people that are at war, they're regular people. You know, my mother used to have a saying: if the people that want to send us to war,
Yeah.
if they had to go in a room and battle it out, there'd be no war.
Yes.
Man, that was one of the lyrics.
There'd be no
to one of
war.
the songs. We was like, yeah, let the
But let send our kids, send us when we.
let the people that run the government let them go
Let them-
fight.
Yeah,
Let them
guess
fight.
what? It's over. There's no war.
Right.
So, you know, in that sense, cancel culture. I don't know. We've been doing this 25 years, and
Right.
from banned, and I used to know all the countries, about a dozen, banned, blacklisted, you name it. I just go with it. I'm done. I know one thing. We answered the fans,
Right.
and there's a reason why this week, even though we're taking a beating with certain reviews, whatever, the fans hear
You
us.
see
The
it.
fans are giving us the
Right.
love. We're giving the love to them. Bottom line, like you said earlier, boy, how do you explain the critics and the players?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the bottom line is the critics get everything for free, and it's always funny. You give me a shitty review, but you want all the swag. You know,
Yep.
I mean, it's okay.
Mhm.
But
At the end of the day, I'm just like, oh, you played the game. That's cool. I mean, you shit on it. You shit on it. You know, if you. I mean, look, we got.
It ain't for everybody.
No, but we
No,
got.
I mean-
Listen, we got the first zero in gaming history back in 2003. Okay,
Wait.
a magazine called Computer Gaming World gave Postal 2 a 0, and the quote that we put on the box, we made a simpler quote, but the quote was, until they package syphilis, Postal 2 is the worst product ever foisted upon the consumer. So.
Wow.
that was
Our package said slightly better than boxed syphilis, and you know the guys we've sort of drug his name with us for the last 20 years. I mean, I don't know if he's a friend, but he's definitely an associate. He's being interviewed for the documentary that's being made about us. So like, we're totally cool. Like, you know, our game's not for everybody. If you're gonna shit on it, you're gonna shit on it. That's cool too. I mean, do what you got to do.
I come from it's all choices.
Yes.
Choices. Give people a choice, and that's it. The moment you start forcing
Dictating.
people, dictating, then there's a problem. There's a problem in there.
You know, the keto with the choices. You gotta have mutual respect.
Yeah.
I might
Respect
not
me.
like a lot of things, but you know what? I'm okay with it. I respect
You, that's you. Hey.
Yeah,
More
you know,
power to you.
That's old. Could you imagine how boring the world would be if we were all the same? I'd be like, hey, I love Italian food. I like Chinese food. I eat it all.
Right.
You know, I tried being a vegan for a week. You know what I say? Everybody's different. You know.
You're like, I tried it. I didn't like it. Okay, move on. Next.
I know quite a few, and they have a very boring diet.
Wow. Okay.
They have fun lives, but they have a boring diet.
You know, if I could just say a couple things,
Yeah.
because and I really appreciate this opportunity.
No.
But this
thank
is
you.
our 25th year. That in itself is phenomenal.
Right.
We've had a movie made about us. We have now a documentary is being made, and these are folks come to us. We don't search out. We have a coffee table book. We have a comic coming out. We have a vinyl coming out. We have a board game coming out. We have on the back
spin-off?
a spin-off called Postal Brain Damage. It's a retro shooter coming out in June. All of these things are a
There's some
result.
keys for Postal
Yes,
2
yes.
on there also.
You know,
so-
it's really a result of just it became a game that's part of culture. Postal is. I've been interviewed for different people write books on the history of video games, things like that. Like us, love us, hate us, and it wasn't again by design. But when you look at the history of video games, and I started with the original Atari back in the early '80s. Okay, so it's a great accomplishment. I just told the team the other day we're finished, and I said, well, we're not finished because game development, especially on PC, is never done. It's a living, breathing animal.
Right.
And that's just part. Like if you get that, you get that. And I know a lot of other people saying we're finished with that, we're done. On to the next. Well, there's a reason why your game or whatever. And if you got to live by reviews and scores, oh my God, I'd be. It's horrible. I don't want to live my life like that. You know, so we're blessed. I believe that the team and what we do, we have the opportunity to give back. What a blessing.
Yeah, we're lucky to be still making this game. I mean, look, our first console game was on a Nintendo system.
Could you believe it?
Last
That the
2
original
years ago.
The
On a
original
Nintendo?
Postal
Switch.
came out on
Postal,
Switch.
Postal Remake is on Switch. That was the first
Nintendo.
console that approved it.
Could you
PlayStation has it. Microsoft said
So
no.
Nintendo,
Yes.
family Nintendo.
Family
Wow.
Nintendo, which that is their old school look. Now, like Switch has hentai games, man. Like they don't care. But
did not
we
know that.
still didn't believe that
did
they
not
were
know
going to
that.
go. Like we're a special case, okay? Like somebody ported Postal 1 to Android years ago.
Uh-huh.
The Android App Store has anything you can imagine. All right.
Right.
They banned Postal.
Bad Postal.
Hey, what an honor.
Yeah, well,
Wear that as
you're
a
right.
badge.
You're right.
Wear it as a
Being
badge.
banned and blacklisted is an honor. But at a certain point in your life, you're like, boy, it would be nice to be able to,
Well,
Expand
marijuana
a
is
little bit.
legalized
Make
now
some
in a lot
money.
of states.
Yeah.
Whether you smoke or don't, or the point is, I would like to think that society can evolve for the better. Okay, but the truth of the matter is, it's one step forward, 2 steps backwards
Right.
sometimes.
Yep.
In the gaming industry, it was maybe by now, again, it's almost 10 years ago, there was the lawsuit. It's a First Amendment case, and it went all the way to the Supreme Court. You know what game the industry leaders used before the Supreme Court? Postal. We sent 9 justices. Back then, we had another thing called Postal Babes. We had a modeling agency, whatever. We had the panties, the whole bit. We sent to the Supreme Court all 9 justices, all the games, the swag, T-shirts for the guys, tees for the girls, panties for the girls. I mean, I call them, whatever.
Yeah.
Today I'll get in trouble for everything I'm doing. And the Supreme Court case came down in the favor of the industry First Amendment. So I say to myself, well, we're the blacklisted sacrificial lamb, because we're the game that everybody looks to and says, well, I don't carry Postal. I don't
Yes,
sell Postal.
right.
You sell every other friggin' thing under the sun.
Yeah.
And then the industry goes and uses us
Right.
as the
But the
flagship.
best
Wow.
postscript to the case, the guy that brought up the lawsuit, it was a case against California. It was about people under the age of 17 buying games. And the name of the California congressman was Leland Yee,
Okay.
who was years later busted for illegal gun running.
Yeah, it's Chinese.
So-
I mean, like,
He
give it a
was
break.
coming at the gaming industry about kids playing games, and then he was busted for illegal gun running. Like, that's...
Like politicians against pedophilia, and then they get
And they
busted.
get busted for it.
And by the way, just if I could take this moment.
Yeah.
People say to me, well, you have any rules you wouldn't break, whatever. Yeah, there's 2 rules we have. Never you're going to see rape, and you're never going to see pedophilia.
There you go.
I don't understand.
We just don't have kids in the game, period. It's not a matter of pedophilia.
Yeah,
we don't have kids.
I don't get it.
There's no kids.
It's
Shoot,
that's a
you're
different
right.
personal
Gary
value,
Coleman's
but-
not a kid.
No, he's not.
He's small, but he's not a kid. It wasn't. He was
And we
not.
had Vern
Yes,
Lewis
sorry.
in the movie.
Vern
who's
Troyer,
Really,
Vern Troyer.
Vern Troyer was another great guy, very small.
There's a Postal movie. I don't know if you knew that.
No, I did not know that.
Yeah,
Uwe
that kid.
Boll, the German film
So
director
now
that
I'm
made
gonna-
a bunch of horrible video game movies.
Now I'm going to
Shot,
Data.
shot in Vancouver through a subsidiary of Lionsgate. I mean, it's all.
Okay,
The,
see-
the Postal story is.
What?
Tell you the truth,
We're way
don't
more
even-
than this game that you're part of.
I
the
don't
way
even
through.
remember it all because, but shit comes out as we're talking,
Yeah.
and he mentioned that, and I'm just thinking, I mean, this is all the tentacles of
Yeah.
the Postal.
This is the coffee book, man. We're talking the coffee book out.
Yeah, the coffee book. I'm excited about the coffee book.
So basically, I mean, Postal, everything, you're going to be okay.
Well,
Probably.
Okay.
probably.
Not a response I wanted to hear.
Here's
I
our
wanted to
issue.
hear.
Here's our issue. We can't stop making them, which means we can't stop spending money.
Yeah.
All right? We could have been retired on an island, but we're not. Instead, we're paying all of our guys because we want to keep making them.
Right.
We're honored to be able to make these games no matter what, right? Like, yeah, people get canceled, people come after companies, and people come after us, and we're still here. And that's what I think bothers some of the reviewers that hate us so much. They're like, why the fuck am I still reviewing this game?
Right.
Why was it handed to me? And it's like, well, maybe it shouldn't have been fucking handed to you. Like, I don't expect... I actually...
job,
I'll
you
be
know?
honest. I expected IGN to give us the same score they gave Postal 2 and the same score they gave Postal 3, which is a 5.5. Postal 3 is literally one of the worst games that's ever come out in history. We didn't make it. Our Russian publishers made it. It's literally shit on toast, okay? I expected to get a 5.5 from IGN just because They don't like our games. That's what it is. Giving us a 2 is like it's like an insult to themselves.
Yeah.
And to be perfectly clear, like it rolls off my back. I laugh. I've lived through this. It's an insult to my developers who spent thousands of hours making this game. These guys don't make games. They can sit back and write these easy reviews, shitting on stuff, and that's okay. But you got to like at least say like, well, some things look nice. The sound was good. This model looked good. Nothing.
It's impossible.
He said he liked the emote wheel.
What
That was
about
the only
last
thing he
night?
liked
Who
in the
was
game.
playing?
It's the politics.
Yeah, we had a couple of big streamers playing online last night, Moon and Farum, like these multi-million subscriber and they're having a great
7
time.
hours.
They may not
It's
love,
funny.
they may not love the game, but they're having a good time. Thousands of people are watching them, and that's what we love.
It's entertaining.
It's entertaining. It's just
Thank
meant to be
you.
entertaining. It's just meant.
That's
Look,
what
man,
it is.
we put, no joke. If you look at our Steam page right now, there's a big banner at the top that has the quote from the IGN review and a quote from the GameSpot review. Okay, like it says one of the most. I don't even remember the quote off the top of my head right now. The most unremarkable mistake
like
ever made.
The best thing is it finishing or
Right, yeah, the
something
good
like
it
that.
ends, right?
It ends, right? I remember saying I laughed. I was like,
Yeah, well, I mean, the thing is, that's going to go on our box.
thanks for the fodder.
I'm sorry, like if you don't want to be on our box, but you just put that into the public space. So that's, and he might have said that because he wanted to be put on our box too. That is possible.
Right.
I mean, look, IGN has more subs on their YouTube channel than we do by about 1,000-fold, but we're still the game developer here, right? Like that guy might not be in the gaming industry in 5 years. I don't know, but you know what? His name's going to be on our box for the next 4 years.
You're down in perpetuity.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay.
And we're not trying to make him famous. We laughing with it. We make fun of ourselves all day long.
Okay.
We shit on ourselves. We piss on ourselves. We let you kill us. On Wednesday, I'm the guy in the game that gives you the missions. On Thursday, he's the guy that gives you the missions. And at the end of the game, you got to fight us. Not a big deal.
Listen, he's got a big.
Spoiler?
He's got a
I was the end boss in the last game. So like, you would have already had to fight me in a big demon cow form.
Okay, so now I gotta go back and
It's not a real
big.
spoiler.
Tell him, you posted before how you've got people that are pro bidets or toilet paper.
Yeah,
So
like
it's two
our
different
hate group
factions.
is a Game of Thrones themed
Game of
cult
Thrones.
that is pro toilet paper, and I am the mayor, and I'm pro bidet. Does it make
Okay,
sense?
if you can't laugh for stuff like this,
That's exactly it.
If you
and that's,
can't laugh.
and that's exactly in the IGN thing. He's like, "Gee, this guy keeps making these bidet jokes, and it's not funny." And it's like, well, yeah, it may not be
okay,
funny.
so you're
to
pro
you.
toilet paper. Good for you.
Yeah, like, sorry, I'm not hilarious to you, and that's okay. I think a lot of things people find funny is stupid. Okay, it's subjective. Humor is
Yes.
subjective, and I 100% respect anybody that thinks what we make is stupid. But you probably shouldn't be the one writing a review for the big website. Probably not, unless there is
The other one said
intent.
sophomoric, juvenile, stupid. It was all the beautiful adjectives. I'm like, keep them coming. Keep them coming.
Don't get me wrong, we love a nice 100 too. This is actually a historical fact. Postal 2 received a Guinness record for the most critically divisive game in history because we received that 0 from Computer Gaming World, and on Game Rankings, which this is long before Metacritic, there was Game Rankings, we got a 100 from another venue. And so since those were both listed on Game Rankings, Guinness gave us the record for the most critically divisive game. That said, Guinness is a scam, and they wanted us to pay them for the right to use that record, so we didn't pay them. So it's not on the website. It's not on the website.
No, but I mean,
But I got the email.
we got the email. So in the coffee table book, we'll take a picture of the letter. Just like I got the letter from the Postmaster General when they threatened to sue us. This was
it's
way back
postal.
when.
Yeah.
I got the letter.
Yeah.
The letter's there. It'll go on the coffee table.
Like, we didn't invent the word postal. He's just mad that we trademarked
It was
it.
Benjamin Franklin.
Yes.
Who you
Created
know
the first-
that.
yeah.
And they never trademarked it. I did. By the way, it's not like I knew it. You know, we just did it legally, said we trademark it. It was a month later, I get the phone call and this, that, and the other thing. I'm like, what the hell? What do you mean? And well, we just ran with it because it's like, well, you want to sue? Just come on, babe. You know, it's 7 years.
We won.
7 years.
Jeez.
Benjamin Franklin would have laughed at the game. He would have enjoyed it.
Oh,
Yeah.
from what I've read about him, he seemed like a guy who had
As flying kites on the lightning. He would
Exactly.
love.
Right.
He would love
You know in the game when you're on fire, you got to piss on yourself to put yourself out, right?
No.
That's one of our main mechanics.
All right. Tip. Pro tip. Pro tip. Pro
You
tip.
pee on yourself. Don't stop, drop, and roll. That's bullshit. You piss on
That's the
yourself.
snap before we wrap it up.
Well, listen,
Oh my
cool.
God.
You're playing Postal 4 for the first time.
Yes.
That card I gave you has a Postal 2 and 1 keys on it. I'll give you other keys too, but you really should play through Postal 2 and all of its DLC.
All right.
That's like
so
our,
I haven't gone too far. In
Yeah,
that.
that's
Like,
our
I just hit
long-curated
the
game.
I just hit the to get my job,
Right,
and
yeah.
I went to the police department first.
Got it. Yep.
Got my guns.
Cool.
Haven't shot anybody yet.
All right, that's all right. You're playing.
But I
the
did
important
shoot.
thing is you're playing and you're laughing. That's all.
Yes. Yeah.
Finish it in your time, but you really should play our older games at some point so you kind of know where we came from.
Okay. Deal.
Yeah.
And that's what I will do.
And if you think our sound's good, that's our sound engineer right there. So,
All right. Well,
thanks,
hey,
guys.
folks. Like I said, by far this was the interview that I've been waiting for, and it did not disappoint. So please, definitely, hey, jump on Steam. Postal 4 out now, no regrets.
Yep.
That's also fun.
Thank you.
That's classic.
Thank you, everyone.
That's
Thank you,
classic.
my friend.
That's classic. All right, guys. So till next time, man. Silent next year. Competent gamers rule. Gamers keep gaming. All right. Peace.
Thanks, guys.